are 4 reasons why you need to use the new Adblock extension from Capital.
Alrighty, welcome back, Beavers, Beaver fans, Valorant fans, Clark fans, anyone who is here. We love all and discriminate none. We have some BVU Valorant for you lined up tonight. If I can get things switched around, BVU right, there we go. Going up against Clark University, we have our normal lineup: Phaelus, Lil Palms, Tony the Tiger, Late, and Craig from your Beavers. And then for Clark, the Cougars, we have Typhon, Bucky, T-Star, Juju, and Billowatts. Should be an exciting match tonight. We have not finals, nationals. Very exciting. I don't think any team has made it this far ever. I don't think. Correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah, should be a really exciting match tonight. Looks like we have Fracture as our first map. Not one we see a whole lot, but we see a little bit of it. Not super uncommon. Who's late playing? Who is that? It's Brimstone.
Brimstone. Not.
No, it's Breach.
It's Breach.
The other one's
Breach.
Brimstone.
The other one is Brimstone.
Dang it, I still made that mistake.
Brimstone is the guy with the beret. Breach is the guy with OT.
Yeah.
KFC, but ginger.
I suppose. I see it. And then we see the Vice from Phaelus. Again, one that we see sometimes, not super frequently, but she's been known to play. That is a little loud in my headphones. I'm going to turn that down just a little bit.
This is kind of a off pick for Tony the Tiger here. Not that off. We saw it a little bit last game, but
yeah, we saw it a little bit last game. We saw it a little bit
not nearly as frequent as
on
we
one
see.
before that.
Yeah. I do believe this is the map you were talking about last time with the zip line across it.
Yes. Yes. It is a Fracture for you. See, we've got a Brimstone, a Breach, a Cypher, a Raze, and I don't remember her name.
Isn't it?
It's like Viper?
Yeah, I was going to say Viper. I'm pretty sure it is. But
Bucky right around the corner. Tony the Tiger gets the kill through Craig there. We are flashed, and there's a smoke in front of us.
Trying to push in past the smoke here. Ooh.
Heard a suppress on somebody.
Yep.
Tony the Tiger waiting for that smoke to go down. Let's see if he's going to see Billowatts. Goes up the wall so we can push in.
Unfortunately, does go down to Juju's, who is on high ground there.
Typhon getting low palms.
Spike down A.
Typhon also getting Phaelus is just up to Late and Craig in a 2v4. Not gonna look good. Craig does get Billowatts though to start us out.
Cover going out.
We are 3-2 here, so we are at a little bit of a disadvantage. So if we can manage to get a pick or something off, maybe Typhon, a little bit low there.
Typhon also the one who took the last 2 kills, so wouldn't be a bad pick. We see Cypher all alone on B side.
30 seconds left.
Late's holding on to that spike. Are we gonna push A or are we gonna try and rotate B? Looks like the answer is gonna be to rotate B.
Concussing. 10 seconds left.
We see Juju's over there. Can we get the spike down? Just barely in time.
Just barely get it down, but unfortunately that does leave us at 1 and 3 here.
I'm not sure if we're gonna be able to defend it. We get one. We take out Typhon.
Pushing into this is gonna be tough.
Can we get around? And
yeah.
we cannot, as Juju takes out Craig, and Clark's going to take the first round. Rid of that little pop up there. Looks like we're going in for a split push on A. Already have quite a bit of damage on Tony the Tiger and Craig, leaving both of them below half. Not a good start. Craig almost dying to a grenade.
He
at
was
6 HP.
incredibly close there. Craig does go down to Bucky there. You see Tony the Tiger pretty low here.
Maybe rotating around.
Flashing.
We see the rest of the group swinging to meet Phalis as we start a push here. Bucky finds late. Just hitting a lot of lucky shots here. Lil Palms takes Bucky. Juju takes Lil Palms. Tony the Tiger getting kilowatts.
Last player standing.
Phalis goes down to T-Star.
Gotta go.
Tony the Tiger does manage to take out Juju and take his gun.
30 seconds left.
But a 1v2, 30 seconds, and we don't have the spike. It's probably not going to be a round for BVU.
Go, go, go!
And he does go down to Typhon, making that now 2 for Clark.
That goes there. This goes here. Yes, this should do.
Tony Tiger and Bucky look like they're in a bit of a standoff around this corner here. And Bucky manages to take out Tony the Tiger, taking just a tiny bit of damage in the process. Phalis comes up the zip line to take out T-Star.
Spike down B.
We see a lot of beavers going down. Looks like Juju and Bucky taking them out. It's just Phalis and late. 2v3, now 1v3. Finds Billowatts, but stuck in a reload, taken out by Juju. Making it now 3-0 for Clark.
This is going to be a little tough here. I think he's going to have to kind of take some time and figure it out for a second. We're just not finding those picks where we need to be.
Juju flexing the melee skin. That's a cool little sword. Yeah, as you were saying, BVU is just not really doing what they need to. We're finding picks, but it usually is just too little, too late.
All set.
Peak Craig gameplay.
Carrying very long.
Looks like late does find Billowatts as our first kill. Oh.
Unfortunately, does go down to Bucky as a return.
Tony Tiger runs in very aggressively. Bucky getting on a second kill, but Craig is going to avenge that, putting it into still a 3v3. Everyone at full HP.
My ultimate is ready. Watch them run.
Owen ultimate going out.
Bring me the arsenal.
Phalis also with the Vice ultimate. Lil Palms does take out T-Star. Puts us in a 2v3.
Flash placed. Blinding.
We're up currently. A blind. We don't look to the side fast enough. Taken out by Typhon.
Last player standing.
Wow,
Same
we do
fate
see-
for Lil Palms.
One
Yeah.
enemy remaining.
Greg gets one. We'll see if he can finish it off here.
Just has to defend it now.
Yep, and it looks like they
Has
are
to
going to
push
go for
in.
the defuse.
Stop the defuse. I don't know if he knows where the spike is. He thinks it's around that box, but it's not. Which left Typhon free to defuse.
He does get the kill, but unfortunately that is their round. Putting us there.
I think that might have just been a lack of communication as to where the spike was actually placed.
Yep.
As normally it would be placed around that box that he was looking at, but
I think due to timing issues, it did go down in that back corner. A little bit unexpected.
yep, could have just been timing issues, could have been positioning issues. Just had to get it down and
Yep.
weren't in the exact spot you wanted to be. Again, I really think that was just a miscommunication
Yeah.
on BVU's part. A lot of gunfire, but nothing in the kill feed yet. There we go. There's Craig going down to Typhon. Billowat's taking out Phalis as well. Juju taking out low palms.
Wow.
That is not what I meant, guys. Panda Tiger does reach in there, gets the spike. Late takes out T-Star.
Last player standing.
Goes down to Typhon. It's just up to Tony the Tiger.
Unfortunately, does go down on that corner there. And a not very good standing for the first round.
Yeah.
Yep, and we do see the timeout coming from.
Understandably, I mean, this is a very difficult team from what we've seen so far. I mean,
Yes.
BVU's really struggled to even really get picks most of the time. I think we've gone down to 1v1s, I think, like one time. Every other time, it seems like it's, you know, a 4v1, 3v1. So BVU is really just kind of getting outmatched as far as, yeah, just like mechanical skill goes.
Yeah, I think this round is, or this game is definitely going to be a little bit tougher. It looks like we're just having a hard time finding picks on these guys too.
Yep, we're gonna have to lock it in a little bit. Yeah, try to, you know, find our targets. Maybe, I don't know. Not sure what exactly BVU is gonna be trying to do here, but hopefully they're taking this time out and using it well to recuperate, get themselves back in the zone.
You know, and I think the Cougars, like, they have just their positioning overall has been a little bit better. So I do wonder if they favor defending side a little.
Could be. This could also be their map, I assume. That could also be part of it, considering there's a map that I don't think BVU plays or picks very often.
Yes.
Go, go, go!
Don't worry. Once Ascent comes out, we got that in the bag. Beavers are logged and loaded. We are ready to go. Bucky takes out Phalis for our first pick. Tony the Tiger does get T-Star, looks to the side, and just barely goes down to Billowatts. Puts him very low, though. We're still fairly even. It's definitely salvageable, as we are already getting the plant. I like where we're setting up. We're kind of backing into these good defensive positions. Someone behind Craig gonna take him out.
All missiles away. Off your feet!
Gonna hear lacing down an ultimate as well as the other breach. Bucky gets on top of us. Kill Bucky through the blinds. Billowatts takes out low palms though. Juju is defending, or defusing, sorry. And that round's gonna go to, once again, Mark. This could be pretty detrimental. I think BVU really has to start taking some rounds, or this is going to be a bit of an easy sweep for this map, at least for Clark.
Well, and I think credits-wise, we're just in a place where we're not going to have a lot. Yeah,
we
are
really
not
going to
have a whole lot to work with here. And if we don't start picking it up a little bit, it's going to be that way for the rest of the game.
Yep.
Now, we have seen crazier turnarounds, but I think that pretty difficult, especially if these guys are really heavy on defense.
Yeah, if they keep up what they've been doing. We see a rocket launcher. It does miss us. That's a good waste of an ultimate there.
Almost out.
As Razor is usually a pretty good guarantee of a pick. Kills being traded. BVU is down one player.
My ultimate is not ready.
We bring it back. We get two. Low Palm starts the plant.
Spike planted.
I think the turnaround of going with just a very aggressive, kind of in-your-face, shock and awe type of strategy I think that's really what kind of helped us get into the position that we are, because we didn't really let Clark use any of the defensive advantages they get, as we kind of just forced through it as much as possible. We see a breach dropping.
Remaining.
Gets dropped by Lil Palms. It is just T-Star, the Cypher, who once again taken out by Lil Palms, and that is BBU's first round.
I think once we start getting a little bit better of a mindset and figuring out, we're a pretty adaptable team, I think. Actually.
Yeah, and I think you can definitely see that with that last round. Like I said, we are going in a lot more aggressively.
Yeah.
And I think right now that's probably going to be our best bet, is just, you know, trying to get in there and, yeah, don't let ourselves be picked off. Just get right up in their faces and force those, you know, close gunfights. And I think that might be what's going to help us with this map.
We see right off the bat here, Bucky does get Tony the Tiger.
He's been pretty good with that sniper rifle. Apologies if I do not sound the best. I don't feel the best, but I'm still here. I wouldn't miss it for the world. But just warning for any sneezes and sniffles that might pass through the mics. Teo drone gets us some info.
Looks like we're all holding pretty passive here on opposite sides of the map.
Gonna rotate off that angle that we were
We do
looking
see
into.
Phaelus rotating in a little bit from behind on A here.
Yeah, coming at the top of the map, rotating around. Let's see if we can get you know, a flank pick maybe.
Hopefully.
Craig sees a shoulder and goes for it.
30 seconds left.
It was 6 out Typhon. We did find that flank kill.
Looking for another one here through the smoke, but it
Lil
looks
Pumps
like
is
we're
starting
gonna
to
back
plant.
off a
Does get
bit.
it down.
Cover going out.
I think A is kind of the go-to site for this, because I think on the other maps we've seen, or the other games that we've seen on Fracture, this is kind of the spot that we seem to do the best on, and I think that's because there's so much geometry here to work with.
Yeah, there is a lot to work around, a lot of high ground, a lot of places that you can kind of hide and make.
Yep, a lot of high
special
grounds, a
plays.
lot of corners. Definitely gives you a lot more possibilities for what you can do. And Clark's going to back away off of that, and that's going to give the Beavers a second round.
I was surprised at the lack of pushing, but it is a 2v4.
Yeah, they were down 2 players, so it makes sense. Beavers now have definitely turned it around. They now have a much bigger ult economy over Clark currently, as we still have a couple thousand each after full buys, and Clark has maybe about 1,000 or less. If Beaver can keep up what they're doing, it'll put them in definitely a good spot for sure.
Here.
See Billowatts behind that box. Let's see what's gonna happen. They push it out. They take out Tony the Tiger, but taken out by Phaelus.
There.
Lil Pumps gets T-Star with that little missile launcher thing. That was a cool voice line.
Flash out.
Ooh, a good flash from Tony the Tiger. Allows him to get one.
One enemy remaining.
Leighton and Craig each getting one
Looking
each.
for one around this corner. There it is.
We bringing up body bags.
There we go. And like I said, I do think once BV gets the hang of things and they start figuring out, it takes a couple of rounds sometimes, but once they start figuring out the other team's play style, I will say, if anything about BV, that they are very, I mean, we say it all the time, but they're very adaptable. Once they figure out what your play style is, they know almost exactly how to go against it.
Definitely a very intelligent team, and Very strategic team as well.
Yeah. The nice thing too is that they don't just have one strategy. They've got multiple strategies to work against multiple different comps. So, excuse me, hiccups. This time today.
Drone going
No
out.
issue.
Good hit.
My hiccup tip that I learned from my brother was to remind yourself that you're not a fish. Because the reason that you get hiccups is because you think you have gills and you're trying to use your gills. And that's what makes you hiccup. So tell yourself you're not a fish and you won't hiccup anymore.
Whoa.
Works for me at least. Bayless takes out Typhon as our first pick. Break goes down to Juju, just taken out by Tony the Tiger. Sorry, Tony the Tiger getting T-Star.
Amateur.
Blake getting Billowatts. Bucky gets little palms. We're just trading kills back and forth here. You see Lake pushing on Bucky, taken out by Bucky.
You do see Bucky pretty low here, though.
Same with the Breach, each
Yep.
at 25 and 30. It's not looking good for him.
They are really looking for. Oh,
Yes,
there's
Bayless
one.
through the box. Very impressive there.
The
Last
1v2,
player
they're gonna
standing.
go for the defuse here.
Tony Tiger gets Bucky as they were going for ultimate. Wow.
Shut up
Wow.
and let me work.
Admittedly, that was a good shot.
That was a good shot.
I think they're gonna have
That's
time
that's
for
gonna be
it.
enough time.
Ah, that was close. That was close. Oh, not the bear again.
I love
We
it.
doing this or what?
I do love him. He's very cute.
Credit where credit's due. I mean, that was a good kill.
That was clean. Yeah,
That was-
absolutely.
that was very clean.
Especially waiting out the slide,
Yeah.
knowing that you don't have to reload because you didn't just spray and pray.
Gotta go.
7 and 3. It's really not looking good for the Beavers. Definitely, it's salvageable. We can work with this, but
We've definitely turned it around for more dramatic losses, but this is gonna be tough.
yeah. And we did manage to kind of break the streak that we were on. Wow, Tony the Tiger getting Typhon just by a shoulder.
Right off the start.
Lucky does take one with late.
Looks like we're gonna return the favor.
This way.
Woo! We're gonna be a little low here.
Throwing out all sorts of abilities. Tony the Tiger is right in the action, takes out Juju's.
Yep. We're looking for it, but we're looking in all the wrong spots. Will Palm's trying to get the plant down here and all the chaos. Plant does go down.
Chaos is definitely the right word. We had so many different
Utilities,
disruptive utils happening
Yup.
there.
A lot went down on that corner. It looks like Billowatts is looking for something and is gonna find Tony the Tiger around this corner if he.
Last player
Nope.
Yep.
standing.
Well, Tony the Tiger found
Yeah,
him.
Tony the Tiger found him.
Which I kind of figured was gonna happen. Tony the Tiger typically, once he loses 20 to 30 HP, he's got that second wind. I don't know what it is. He only plays well at low HP.
T-Star is going to get the message and run away, and let that be BVU's round.
Yep. And we've talked about this before, but when you're this high of a little bit of a gap here, they can afford to let him have it.
Last round before the switch.
Tony the Tiger just went in, had to go in for that final kill.
And didn't work out in his favor. We do see 3 ults from BVU, 1 from Clark. A good one from Clark, though. That Cypher ultimate is really, really useful, showing all the enemies and their locations in a periodic pulse for several seconds. Can be really, really game-changing in certain situations.
Oh, we do see Late go down to Bucky here. We'll see if we can return the favor. Looks like most of their team is on A,
Stand your ground.
besides the Cypher and the Rays here.
It is unfortunate that Late went down before being able to use his ultimate.
Shadows traveling.
Wow. Craig does go down to Bucky there. I didn't even not even know he had that angle.
Yeah, just wasn't paying attention, I guess. Bucky takes out Phalos as well.
You do
Tony
see
Tiger
Will
takes out
Palms
Bucky.
Yeah.
30 seconds left.
And T-Star.
Oh wow. Okay.
Short good. Almost out. Shocking.
Sees
Not a bad
three people
strat
there.
there.
Did kind of turn the tide there and allow BVU to actually get the plant down at least.
Now all they have to do is defend it, which might be a little bit of a difficult job.
I don't know. Tony the Tiger's got a good angle
Wow.
there.
One enemy.
Gets
remaining.
two.
Whoa! Let's see if we're gonna sit on this in this corner and get this third one here.
I believe this could be an ace.
And there it
And
is.
there's a Tony
There's
the Tiger
ace.
ace. Fantastic work there.
Now look at his HP. I told
Switching
you.
sides.
80 HP.
I'm out of here.
It's fun to cast for these for so long and see players kind of falling into, different categories. When we see Phalos, she has the nickname for a reason, Clutch Queen. Really able to pull through in those moments when all hope seems lost, and then the fog clears and there is Phalos at the end of the round. Really in those kind of all or nothing situations. And then Tony the Tiger, I mean, he's just a pretty consistent oppressive force. I mean, he goes down pretty early sometimes. He's seems to be a bit of a magnet for sniper rifles, but
A little bit. He does take those riskier plays, which I think do pay off for how well he plays.
they do play off quite frequently for him. He is definitely
Yes.
a
And
bit of a beast sometimes.
I think in the same way that that's his talent, I think Phalos just has a really insanely level head when it comes to.
Yeah, I think that's definitely her big thing.
Oh yeah, absolutely. She has an insanely level head when it comes to stuff like that, and she doesn't get overly concerned. I think she wants to win, but I think she just somehow overcomes that anxiety of winning,
Hmm.
which is a really impressive trait to have.
It's difficult to do for sure.
Go, go, go. Spike down A. Last player standing. 30 seconds left. Spike planted.
I think he is in all the wrong spot here.
Go, go, go.
This is gonna be tough because it looks like he's gonna get cut off potentially
Yeah, that
from
smoke
behind
and
as well. Oh, turn
those
around.
barriers are really
Yeah, that's gonna
unfortunate
be
for him, and
tough.
that blind is gonna finish him off.
That is okay. 8 and 5 is better than we started off. That is not too big of a
Absolutely,
difference.
that's a
We're ready.
not a horrible spot to be in.
Go, go, go.
You're talking about Tony the Tiger and Phalos specifically. All the other players also, they play very well in their own rights. I don't think I've seen enough of their gameplay distinctly to kind of stand out in any specific way, but definitely all the players here are all equally important. I mean, we see BVU kind of trading who has the highest kills, so we don't really have any one superstar as we've seen with some other teams. I'm not going to name names, but you've seen the last couple teams we've played. There usually seems to be one outlier who's top of the leaderboard and the rest kind of falling pretty low. BVU is not that way, and we have a lot of very evenly matched players. They're getting unfortunate luck there, not finding his skills.
Will Palms goes down as well, leaving us at 3 and 5. Forgot how to count. We do see Billowatts getting Craig. Phalos gets Billowatts in return. It looks like they are going to get
Spike
the plant
planted.
here.
I think it's early enough in the half that BVU's going to try and go for it. Late did get Bucky. The 2v3, but Late is looking very, very low HP.
Retrieving flash.
And it does sound like we're going to be pretty much running out of time.
Yep, we are either gonna have to push in now or we are gonna.
Last player standing.
Looks like we're just looking for exit
Yep.
kills, none of which we were able to find.
Unfortunately, that is another round.
Yeah, as I was saying, you know, we highlight Tony the Tiger and Phaelus, I think the most commonly, but that is not to say that the other players don't have their place, and not that they don't do well as well. BVU is a very collective team, and yeah, we love all of our players equally.
I think what part of what makes them so strong is the fact that they can play, play the styles that they do or have the abilities that they do on a team.
Mhm.
Them having those individual abilities doesn't really mean much if they can't, learn to work with their team.
Yeah, I mean, you need a team to back you up on a lot of things you do.
You see Tony the Tiger go down off the bat. Craig does get Bucky. Typhon getting Craig in return. Lil Palms gets Typhon in return. Evening it out for 3-3 here. Let's hope that BV can take this round, even it out a little bit again. We are struggling with a consistent 4 to 5 round deficit, so we'll back a little bit. Billowas does get Lil Palms, leaving us at 2-3 here. Phaelus gets Billowas in return.
Back to a 2v2.
Back to a 2v2.
They start getting the plant down.
They do get the plant down.
They're going to be in a good position here. That could be a good blind.
Flash out. Clearing out.
Using all of our util here. Let's see if Phaelus can capitalize on any of that. That's going to be a no from Phaelus.
Unfortunate. We
Late
do
takes
get
one.
pick there, though. Oh, turn. Gosh. Fence. We're going to push through the smoke at the
Let's see
same
what we
time
can
here.
do.
Turn.
And we don't.
Unfortunate. They crouch in that corner
Go
and they
down to
just
T-Star.
managed to get it off.
A smart play from T-Star there to
Yeah.
place the cage and then
Yep.
back up off of it. So that you could see where he was coming through, no matter where.
I think his head was just barely sticking through it, too, when he was crouching in that corner. And, of course, if someone turns on you, they're going to assume your head is where the character's head usually is and not on the ground. So the crouch wasn't a bad strat either.
Good plays there. We're definitely seeing a very good team, which makes sense. We are in nationals, so I would hope. See Bucky taking out Phaelus is our first kill.
Gotta go. Spike planted.
See Billowas getting Tony the Tiger, Bucky getting Little Palms.
Definitely looks like this round's going to be a wash.
Yep, this one might be a little bit tough. With our only players being late. Who else do we
That's Craig.
Craig. Alright.
I wouldn't leave much in the hands of Craig. Never mind. Okay.
You do get one, but we're blinded and stuck in this corner here.
Late does take out Juju's.
We do get and unfortunately we just can't make it happen, and that is 11-5 for this.
I will be right back. I'm going to leave you all in Kenzie's hands.
Safety's off.
Apologies, we're having some technical difficulty.
Right here. Launching smoke.
There we go. Looks like we see Craig getting Bucky, Billowat's getting Craig in return here. We're taking a little bit split of an approach here. We've got quite a few people split across the map. Typhon does get low palms, leaving us at 3 and 4 here.
Drones are live. 30 seconds left. Flash placed. Retrieving flash. Spike planted.
Blinding.
Here we go!
Prepare for hellfire.
Last player standing.
I didn't come here.
Match point.
I'm out of here.
Apologies, we had some technical issues apparently while I was gone.
I'm out of here.
I leave you in charge for 30 seconds.
I just had to find out what every button on the keyboard did.
Okay, it happens. Anyways, while I was gone, it looks like we've let
have
Clark
lost-
take some more rounds on us.
Yup. Unfortunately, we just couldn't really find it that round. We were getting picked off like crazy.
Juju takes out Tony the
Yep.
Tiger.
Flash out.
Looks like it's a similar situation here. Unfortunately, Craig does go down. This is not looking too good for us. Yeah, Late goes down there, leaving us at 2 and 5.
Last player standing.
Looks like they're all just kind of positioned in these like odd spaces that we weren't quite expecting.
Yeah, and really, like,
Attackers
we're
win.
positioning so oddly, and then we're whipping around these corners without even really looking. Unfortunately, that is going to be the round. Cougars here.
Yep, brings us now to 1-0. And yeah, it definitely looks like we're going up against a
Yep.
pretty good team. I mean, 22 and 14 is
Holding most of the top of the leaderboard
yep,
here.
not bad at all. But yeah, we'll see you in just a minute in round 2. Alrighty, welcome back to Map 2 Ascent. I need to switch scoreboard. Boom, bop, bam. There we go. We have no trades from BVU, and it looks like no trades from the other team as well, from Clark. We have a Reyna and a KO, and a Killjoy and an Omen and a Raze from Clark. A couple trades out there, and then we also see a KO, an Omen, and a KJ from BVU, as well as the Jet and the same Breach from Late. Couple characters staying the same. Late and Bucky staying on the same characters. And then a bunch of switches from the other players.
Switching it up a little.
Like they have a lineup for each map on who they're gonna play.
Yeah. Starting off on defense here. See if this.
If I remember correctly, BVU does pretty good on Ascent. It's one of our more common maps.
Yes.
Knife deployed.
We see a very grouped up group of cougars. I don't know what that term is. Pack, maybe? Bucky takes out Lake, Tony the Tiger takes out Billowatts, Juju takes out Tony the Tiger.
Bot coming back.
BVU is down 1 so far.
Cover going out.
Spike planted.
Shadows traveling.
I believe my co-caster is fact-checking what a group of cougars is called.
Actually, there is no group term for cougars because they're solitary animals.
For what reason?
They're solitary animals, so they don't
Oh.
travel in packs.
Interesting. Interesting.
I actually thought that was kind of interesting, so.
A little bit, yeah.
Fun fact.
Thank you for sharing that with the stream. Anyways, while we're talking about the classification of cougars, yeah, the round went to the Cougars. That last round, kind of surprisingly, it looked like it was going pretty good for BBU, but Troy at the very end kind of just lost 3 players, and round ended a little bit suddenly. What's a group of beavers called?
Calling down.
I will fact check.
Throwing charge.
Look that one up too. The people need to know. We're seeing a lot of grouped up fighting here on B site. Low Palm's in a good spot, but gets smoked. T-Star's getting the plant.
Spike planted.
Looks like the flashbang doesn't find anybody. Let's throw another one.
This is cute.
Get somebody with that one, but we don't get any kills off of it.
Player standing.
Got you.
And again, that one goes to Clark.
All right, here's your fact check.
What is
A
it?
group of beavers is called a colony or a family.
I do believe that I do believe I knew it was a family.
That's kind of cute.
It's kind of cute.
You know, group of crows is called a murder.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty common
Very
known
common one. Smack of jellyfish.
I did not know that one. That one's a little funny.
Yep, smack of jellyfish.
A pride of lions. All sorts of weird names for them. But a family of beavers is cute.
A parliament of owls.
Yes, I did know that one also.
That one's fun.
Very fun.
Whoever came up with these knew what they were doing. A smack of jellyfish is crazy.
So
Imagine you and your homies are all hanging out, and a scientist is like, "Yeah, that's a smack."
That's a smack right there. A group of beavers is actually called a skog.
A skog.
Yeah,
You heard it here first. We just redefined it.
true. We're scientists now. We're biologists.
Yeah.
Wow.
We do see Tony the Tiger go down there to Typhon. Oh, Billowatts falling to Craig.
KO diff. I saw a lot of engagements there where the beavers should have had the upper hand, and then they just kind of fell short.
The last 2 rounds, I honestly was under the impression that we had a excuse me, good lord, we had a little bit of an advantage, but we just could not finish those rounds out. It seems like Typhon does get low palms here, leaving us at 3-3, spinning it out.
30 seconds left.
Yeah, there's a lot of engagements where, it seems like we should have the upper hand, and
Doesn't
You know,
go the way we plan it to.
yeah, we get in these 1v1s, and it's like, oh, that should be an easy kill for them. But then the other, the opponent just kind of snaps onto us and gets the kill, and it leaves me wondering, what are we doing?
Struggling.
Apparently.
Doing our best.
They're getting into our mental. Craig
This is still
smoking
going
sight.
around.
Sorry, Phyllis smoking sight.
One enemy
There we
remaining.
go.
Pushing very aggressively, late getting 2. It always amazes me. Craig's greatest ability is, I believe, dying.
Dying?
Yes. I swear that man is always, you know, like first or second death.
Gets a kill and then he dies.
He goes off on some kind of, you know, off flank, and it's like, ooh, that might be good. No, it's not. Nope, he always dies. He's
Gets
like
a kill, dies. Cycle of
he's like a hamster.
hamsters don't kill. Well, they're on babies.
Hamsters have a taste for human blood.
Don't. You know what? Maybe you're right, and maybe they're just not big enough to act on.
I believe it. I've been bitten by a hamster.
I have
many
never been
times.
bitten by a hamster, and I've had at least 4 in my lifetime.
I had also, I think, 4 hamsters, and I got bit like twice by the same one. Might have just been a mean hamster.
Maybe hamsters just don't like you.
It was just the one. I was using him for a science fair project, so maybe he didn't like being put in a little maze.
Yeah, what's wrong with you? Oh my gosh, I don't know if we're gonna see.
I'm
Okay.
glad we backed off of that.
Yep,
That was a little
yep.
scary.
Smart idea.
Again, we see we said cougars were very solitary animals, but it seems like they all group up here. Taylor's getting quick 3K and late finishing off the last 2. I'm glad that we kind of realized
I think
how
she-
grouped up they play.
I think she had initially tried to be a little bit patient with it and let them come through that corner, but once she realized how many people were pushing at the same time, at that point you spray and get people as low as you can before they get you. We are 2 and 2 here with the
Placing alarm bot. Placing swarm grenade. Turret down. Swarm grenade out. Fire in the hole.
I hear a Ray's ultimate.
Entity out of charges.
Point blank rocket launcher is crazy. That's how Rays
Spike
do.
planted.
See Spike go down. You do have a couple of people pretty low here.
Those are our people.
Shutting them down.
That's 2. That's a couple.
A good suppress knife from our
Enemy
There we
Craig
go.
KO. There we go. Just kind of jumping on there.
Going for the diffuser. There we go.
Thank you.
And it does seem like we should have plenty of time here. Trading off for credit purposes, I assume.
Again, I think you know, BVU really just needs to play aggressive. I think is the
Yeah.
is the play here.
And we do see the timeout coming from the opposing captain.
Surprising considering it's only 3 and 2 right now.
Yeah, and that is not that much of a gap, but
And you know, we look pretty even right now actually. Well, I guess they haven't bought yet, so they have some more credits. So they're down a little bit more than I thought, but still.
they're a little low. But
I mean,
know,
they've only
make it up.
lost the last 3 rounds, and we're only going into round 6. That's nothing crazy.
Charlie Mike, let's move.
The hunt begins.
I heard a Reyna ultimate I don't know what hers does, quite frankly. I see a little thing at the bottom that says Empress. I'm assuming that has something to do with it, but I do not know.
We do see Craig getting Typhon here.
I see a Billowatts across the way.
Yeah, a little low.
We're looking for him, but ooh, that Killjoy ultimate's gonna cause us some problems. Craig, why are we still pushing that? Get back.
Run away.
Yeah, there you go. That's what I thought. T-Star does initiate the plant.
Party move. Spike planted.
Tony Tiger gets 2.
One enemy remaining.
Low Palms gets 1. Juju takes out late. It's just Billowatts left.
Trying to push through the smoke here as we defeat. Tony the Tiger is incredibly low for somebody sitting on that angle.
Goes
but
in
he
his
still
flashes, and
gets
Tony the
it.
Tiger still gets it. Through the blind.
Win.
You know why he got
Where
it?
to go?
Because he was low HP.
Because he was low HP. That's exactly what I was gonna say.
It's the HP
It's because
law.
he was only at 10.
Yep. The lower his HP gets, the stronger he is.
Yeah, it's like some like hidden ability.
I have no idea. Maybe he likes the pressure. Some people really do perform better under pressure.
Yeah.
Maybe he just does. He'd make a good EMT.
Here.
Maybe he's just him.
He's just that guy.
Tony the Tiger is just that guy. He's pretty great.
I'm not even gonna give you the satisfaction of laughing.
I
at
haven't made a Tony the Tiger joke in so long. Come on. I deserve one every now and
that.
then.
That was horrible.
I haven't made one in like a year. I like the little dog drawing on the wall.
Yeah, the little dash on.
Dachshund.
Same thing. They have like 3 different names.
It-
Wiener dog is like the
I know, but you said it weird. It's a dachshund.
dash hunt.
No,
That's
it's a
another
dachshund.
name for it.
It's the same thing. It's
Yes.
You're just pronouncing it weird.
No, that's a different name.
No,
same
it's not.
animal.
It's the same thing. DACHSUND, I think. Something like that. It's dachshund.
I could be wrong, but my family did grow up saying it like that. Oh, well, I guess we always also just called them wiener dogs.
Also, I mean, if it's like German, then you might be like pronouncing it right correctly. I don't know. I've always heard it as a dachshund. Where are these kills coming from? I'm switching through characters. I'm not seeing anything.
We're too busy yapping.
I was switching through characters. I was trying to find him.
One enemy remaining. Spike down B.
Where are these happening? Why did I miss all those kills? I was like switching between everyone trying to find where they're happening. They were running away from me. Anyways, all that matters is that we're up.
We're 5-2.
Yeah, we are 5-2.
all
I
that
was gonna
matters.
say I think it was really just a map difference on that last one. I think BBU just is not as comfortable on Fracture as they are on other maps like Ascent.
Okay. I fact checked you again.
What is it?
Both. Dachshund is a nickname.
I was gonna say I feel like that's
It's the
probably
same
just
thing.
a way of pronouncing the same
Dachshund
name.
is a nickname for however you pronounce dash under, Same thing.
Yeah, I think it's just a
Preference.
yeah, because like it's the same spelling of that word. I think it's just the way that you pronounce it, if you choose to anglicize it or not.
Well, and typically dachshund or doxy, sometimes it's spelled DOXIN.
I have not seen that before.
Really?
No,
I've
I've
seen
always
it a
seen it.
lot.
I've always seen it
Spike
spelled as
down
like the
A.
regular way.
And it might be a regional thing.
I don't know. It could be. This is not important.
No, it's not.
Last player standing. Spike planted.
We're yapping too much, and our Valorant beavers are dying.
You were saying?
Bayless takes out Bucky.
Cover going out.
We'll see if we can get the clutch here.
Enemy remaining.
There we go.
Just one left.
Come on, Phaelus.
Come on, Phaelus.
Our queen.
We
Our
called him that for a
queen!
reason.
Performance.
That nickname is earned.
every single time.
1v3
And we get the defuse, and we are at 6
Doesn't
and
matter.
2.
20 full seconds left too. It doesn't matter.
Amazing. Incredible.
No notes.
No notes. We were yapping. She was busy locking it in.
Taking my hoodie off. It's hot in here. Well, my bracelet was in.
Cover going out.
Don't judge me. I don't need this kind of negativity in my life. I'm being stabbed behind the scenes. Late takes 2.
Like we're seeing some pretty slow pushes here. We see a smoke go out.
Bayless knows that there's people there.
Ah.
Craig does the one thing that he's good at. Ooh, that's gonna be a harsh blind, but we do manage to get behind cover. Late takes 3 now. Bayless
There
takes
we
out the
go.
killjoy. It is just that Omen left.
We're going for the defuse.
Hyphen, is he gonna go for it? The answer is yes. Immediately taken out by Late.
That is round 7 for BB.
Yeah. Moving into round 10, we're doing really well. I really do think it was just a... I've never seen it felt like that. That's so weird. You learn something new every day, especially if you're watching
Multiple times
Valorant.
if you're watching Valorant stream, because we yap horribly. That's what we're good at. That's why we're streaming.
we'll call it entertainment.
You call it yapping, I call it entertainment.
Fire in the hole!
You
I
see the
hear a
ult
rocket
going
launcher.
out there?
And we're gonna
Whoa.
die with it. Wow.
Yeah, we don't get anything off of that. I think she was trying to a little too hard there to push through the smoke to find something.
I really think we should have just sent it through.
If she had, she might have gotten a kill and a half off of it.
Yeah. But instead we died with nothing. Didn't even get to fire it. Oh, we almost get the killjoy with the long distance there, but not quite.
One enemy remaining.
Tiger takes out Typhon, who
Spike
was trying
down
to
A.
carry the spike. It is just the killjoy left. T-Star. Pardon me.
30 seconds left.
T-Star is just sitting in the corner here. Getting absolutely harassed.
Wow.
Taken out by the Brimstone. No, that's Breach. Whatever that ability was.
There is a comment in the chat, and I think you
I-
should just read that.
Yeah. I think whatever I think it is, I should just say the opposite one, and I'll be correct like 90% of the time.
Yep. That actually might work. We need a chart put up on the screen.
Get the people in on this and start betting over under how many times I'm gonna incorrectly mix up Brimstone and Breach.
It's probably gonna be a lot more than you think.
Place your bets. There's that silly little dog again.
Here.
As we have learned, the dog with multiple names. Because of that one comment.
The dog with many names. Once again, they're going for a very aggressive A push, but I think BVU was doing smart to kind of break up the pace and not just stack on that. Oh, late. Stows away his gun at the exact wrong time as Bucky pushes straight into him.
Party's over.
Then the Tiger snaps onto Bucky's head. Same with
Wow.
T-Star.
Mid.
Bayless getting Typhon.
Yo, did you see the ult go out
One
here?
enemy remaining.
Whoa, and we
Whoa.
get another one with the ult.
That's an impressive kill too.
Yeah, we've talked about before. This ult is a little bit difficult to get anybody with, let alone 3.
He didn't get 3 with the ult. He got one. He got one with the ult.
Oh, one with. Okay.
Yeah, he
Last
popped at the
round
very end
in
of
the
that.
half.
But
Yeah, still.
We're not coming back.
What?
Craig, what are you doing right now?
Nine and 2 here. This is this would be a proper time for a timeout, but unfortunately, I do believe that they have used their allotted amount.
Looks
Or
like
maybe they have one
every single Cougar on the other team is going negative or even at best.
more. Yeah,
with
they're
Typhon,
having a little
so-
bit of a difficult time here. So
Wrong one. Craig's also negative. No, he's positive. Never mind. Lil Palm's the only one that is negative for BBU.
5 supplies.
Whoa!
whoa.
A 5 suppress is crazy. I don't know if that's.
Well,
I don't know if
now
I've
he
ever seen
knows
that.
where they are.
Yeah. they're
Unfortunately,
all
I
there.
don't think we have the manpower to peek that.
Doesn't really have any way to get there either. Those paths don't line up. He's going for the flank though.
It looks like the Cougars are just a bit.
We threw a smoke into that opening. It's gonna draw some attention towards that opening, so that's gonna leave Tony Tiger and Craig to kind of sneak up behind him. Hopefully.
Looks like we see BV kind of trying to converge. Craig is suppressed here, waiting it out.
They are pushing onto
You
site.
should run.
Kind of dumping ultimates here with 3 now being used.
You do see the plant going down here.
Spike planted.
Bomb grenade out. Killed my bot. Ah, turret down.
Bayless takes out Typhon.
You
Tony
see
Tiger goes
T-Star.
down.
Yep.
I don't think either of them should have died there.
Probably not. There we go. Ah, the blind goes out. Unfortunately,
One
we do
enemy remaining.
lose.
Late does not care though.
Last player standing.
Oh wow.
What's another death?
Leaves it just to Bayless. We're gonna
Yeah.
we're gonna have to defuse.
Unfortunately,
Oh, we
Oh.
almost had that.
unfortunate.
T-Star
Man,
was just
If
not
they had
finding those
missed
shots.
like 1 or 2
Switching
more shots.
I mean, they missed the other, 30 before that.
Yeah,
So
that was. We saw them both. We go left and then right and then started to even it out a little bit.
definitely just came down to a matter of time there at the end.
Yeah, and I think we did panic a little bit there. We didn't. They did. With that final kill on Faylet.
I think if Bayless, I think honestly, if she hadn't stopped her defuse and had instead just opted to, just go for the whole thing in one go, I think she probably would have gotten it. But that's usually probably not the best decision, so it's understandable why that decision wasn't made there. Also, I mean, you never know when they're gonna peek through that smoke. That was our last round of the first half. Beavers are currently 9 and 3, so we've got a really, really healthy lead here. Let's just see if we can lock it in and get our next 4 rounds quickly if we can. Raised with the cosmetic bomb buddy and grenade. We're gonna back off that. Maybe looking for a rotate or maybe a fake rotate. Considering how loud we are being, I'm gonna assume a fake. We do see a Phaelus hiding out here. Oh, wonderful trigger discipline from Phaelus. As she waited until she knew she could get that kill on that Omen. Craig pushes through. They are blind, but he still
30
goes
seconds
down
left.
somehow. The Tiger gets T-Star. It is just the Reyna and the KO left.
Spike planted. Last player standing.
As soon as Tiger takes out Billowatts, it's just left to Juju's. And as Juju's tries to push on to Tony the Tiger, again, he won because he's at 5 HP.
I mean, that's the law.
As we go into this, we see Tony the Tiger find Bucky as our first kill.
Lil Palm's going for the plant here. We do get it down, it looks like. Unfortunately, we do lose Tony the Tiger in the process. Doesn't matter. Late takes care of that.
Yep, Late's not having any of that. Takes 2 for himself. Thought he was going to die there, TBH.
Yeah, so did I.
Long kill on Typhon. And finished off on Billowatts.
Worry
A
about
4K
it.
for Late.
Late's got it covered. That is round 11 per BV here. We are definitely doing a lot better than we were the first round.
Again, I really think it was just a matter of the map that we were on.
Yep.
I think Late's kind of our unsung hero sometimes. He's not always, the greatest. Sometimes he's, pretty like middle of the pack. But there's sometimes where he does kind of just go crazy.
Very true.
I mean, he is currently leading us with 20 and 8. Taking over Tony the Tiger by 2 kills. It's as we were saying earlier, none of our beavers are, that much better than anybody else. And we definitely see all of them performing very well and not just, 1 or 2 of them.
Yes.
Except for Craig. Someone's got to be bottom frag, and Craig takes that as his own personal responsibility. Ooh. Bucky in the face doesn't feel good. Jukes him out, takes out Bucky.
You get the spike down.
Shadows traveling.
The 2v3, but both Phalis and Late are looking about half HP.
Yeah, it looks like we're gonna hide in that smoke there. Wait, Billowatts does get Craig here.
Our only full HP player.
Going out.
We're set up in pretty good spots here, though, so it should go quite well for us. And that spike's ticking down. Dodged just out of the way of that grenade. Late throws in the grenade to just cause some chaos, and it's enough for BBU to secure this second to last round. They gonna get out? Yeah, they're fine. They're fine.
Yep, that is 12 and 3. We need one more round if we're out here.
Beaver's really kind of flipping the script as from the last map. As we lost with, I think, 13 and like 5 or 6.
Yes, it's a little bit tough last round.
Yeah, but BBU has definitely kind of flipped that on its head. Now that we're on a map that we're more comfortable with.
Flash out.
Looks like Late goes down to Bucky as our first kill. Juju takes out Tony the Tiger as well. Not looking good for our last round. Craig does
get
take Bucky. There we go.
Even it out a little bit.
As he goes down to Typhon.
You do still have Phaelus here, so we'll see if we can make something happen.
Shadows traveling.
Last player standing.
Wow, Juju takes out Phaelus. And there's so much chaos going on right now that Lil Palms is going to be running away, maybe for a rotate. We know that Billowatts is there. We are taken out though. It's okay. BBU decided to let him take a map. I mean, it's been a while. It's been 3 since the last one, and then it was I don't even want to count how many that was before that. I'll do the math. That's 9 rounds. We can afford to give him another.
Alarm bot out.
BBU going with the very aggressive play again. We traded 1 for 1. We're up 2 now. Back to 2 and 2. 3 and 3. Traded 2 and 2. Gonna be a really good blind. Unfortunately, Juju does take out Lil Palms. We traded again. Maintaining 2 and 2. Again, late with some very good ability usage, but it's gonna be a lot to keep this up.
There we go. We do get the 1.
Oh, and unfortunately, we get
Unfortunate.
caught in the Omen teleport there. That was a really close round for the Beavers, though.
Yes, it was.
Again, I think that super aggressive play is probably going to be the move.
Yep, I agree. I think that's the play style for this particular team.
Billowatts is holding a pretty good angle here. Let's see what happens.
Knife deployed. 5 suppressed.
The good
Wow.
suppress, and that's going to be some good knowledge for them. Big Typhon takes out Craig.
Block in sight.
Going back in hard as they've already kind of rotated away. So the Tiger unfortunately goes down to Billowatts, who gets another getting Phaelus.
Placing swarm grenade.
Not really sure what's going on with BVU
30
here, as we're not
seconds
able
left.
to find our last round. We're on a bit of a roll before this, but
Yep.
we're just struggling now.
Last player standing.
Yeah,
And unfortunately, they just had too much manpower behind them.
Yeah, we're having a tough time getting this final round to come through here.
I mean, we've got some time to do it. I mean, we've still got 5 rounds before it even becomes an issue.
Yep.
But
I think it's definitely winnable. I think we're letting the stress get to us a little bit.
maybe it's just one of those things where it's we're getting a little bit too relaxed, and it's like, oh yeah, we just have
That
to
too.
we just have to do one more, and so you're not really playing as intensely or as intelligently as you might.
I bet you this will
Otherwise.
be the round that they'll turn it around, because it'll start pissing them off that they lost that many when they only need
Maybe.
one more. Hopefully.
Looks like Typhon does get Craig again. What did I tell you? This man just loves to be the first kill.
You see Typhon done here. Wow, we see Tony the Tiger go down immediately.
You should run.
That Killjoy ultimate might be good, except for Typhon taking out Phalis. Just going crazy with that sniper.
This is really not looking good for BV here. I'm honestly not sure why we're picking that.
Last player standing. Spike down B.
Again, not really sure what's going on here, but the Beavers have really got to lock in this last round. Again, I mean, you know, it's fine to surrender some rounds, but at some point you're going to start losing your advantage that you have, and then you're going to be fighting an uphill battle to, you know, try and secure this, you know, last, yeah, like deciding point.
Yeah, and with a game like this, we really don't want to be looking at overtime because that just takes away a lot of our advantage.
What did I tell you? Wow, that is going to be a really bad,
Yeah, and this is looking like
rocket
another
launcher.
round.
Again, BVU is just kind of surrendering rounds here.
Stealing sight.
Phyllis is doing some work getting some kills, but I think this is really just going to be more to offset some credits.
Like we are gonna go for the here. It is being chased a little bit. There we go. We're careful peeking that corner. We do get that extra pick there. Yeah, now they have 2 left. One which is incredibly low. This is still possible.
Still possible. I'm not gonna say likely by any means, and I'm not sure if we're gonna
No.
really try and go for it. It looks like no.
Yeah.
As we're running back. Probably the smart thing to do. I mean, we got our kills that
30
we
seconds
could,
left.
or maybe we might use that ultimate to try and get in there. That is going to be a yes on that. Just to grab the spike and get it on a B plant.
Interesting.
I did not know you
strategy
could do that
here.
with that ultimate. That's really smart there.
Cover going out. Cover going
And now they're forcing those 2 to push into them. Now we're in a bad spot here, though. Turn, turn. Not that way, not that way.
They know that she's in that smoke.
Man,
Oh, and we go down to
Yep.
Billowatts, and that's going to be a one
that
round.
was tense, but unfortunately, that is going to be another round for the Cougars.
I mean, it was a smart play by Phalis,
Yeah.
you know, by all metrics.
Shame.
Just, there's only so much you can do. We get it. You have a cool sniper skin.
It is cool.
It is
Admittedly,
cool. It is cool.
the animation on the dragon is really sick, too.
Overwatch does not have anything that cool.
No.
Maybe the soldier mythic skin is the you know most comparable thing, but it's alright.
You are powerless.
We see BBU kind of changing the pace here.
Picking it up a little bit. We are ahead here.
We see Craig went down in his ultimate, but he got picked back up. So he's back in the fight, and I think this might be the round
Player standing.
as T-Star goes down. And
there goes
BBU made it
Billowatts.
look
There we
easy that
go.
time.
Hackers win.
We were just messing around.
We were playing with him there.
Just joshing.
Just Josh, and can I see my numbers, please? Thank you.
Nope.
It didn't want to switch. Anyways, brings us to 1-1.
And there we go. BV back at the top of the leaderboard here pretty consistently.
Mm-hmm. Then we see a Craig and a Lil Palm is down towards the bottom a little bit, but yeah. Currently 1-1. We've been informed that this is not like finals, and instead it is a best of 5 like normal, or first to 3, however you want to say that. So yeah, we'll see you in just a minute when we get to that round. Alrighty, we have round 3. We're gonna be on split this time. We have Phaelus, Tony the Tiger, Lil Palms, Craig, and Late, all the people that you know and love. And then Bucky, Typhon, T-Star, Jujus, and Billowatts, all the people that you know and accept to be on that team. We're seeing some pretty typical plays, pretty symmetrical rosters actually, except for one of us has an Omen and one of us has an Astra. One that we don't see a whole lot, but you know, we've been seeing a little bit more of recently. I think we saw Kicks on Astra.
Yes.
In our finals matches, I believe.
We did. We do not see Astra very often on our team or other teams, really.
Could just be one of those more like situational characters. It's just not, you know, generally competitively viable.
Yes. Believe that is.
But yeah, we were on like I said, split for this last map.
Yes, this should
If I do recall, I think that Beavers have
this goes
kind of
here.
struggled on this map before, so
This is
it's
the
gonna be
last
some
spot.
tough rounds for sure. And we've seen both teams kind of sweep
Yes,
on
this should
their
do.
last maps, so
This
it's
goes
interesting to
here.
see how this one will go. My Apollo cheese.
Apollo cheese.
Apollo cheese.
Face cheese.
Shadows traveling.
We see a pretty grouped up push towards B here, smoked off by Phaelus.
Looks like we do see the entire team grouped up around that edge there. Ooh, this is bad news.
Phaelus
for
takes the brunt of a
Phaelus.
lot of utility. Typhon taking out Lil Palms.
Cover going out.
Gets pushed by Billowatts. Late avenges that with 2.
Spike planted.
They do manage to get that spike down.
Enemy
Late
remaining.
takes another. Craig getting one. Craig actually getting a kill for once. Craig goes to the defuse, and Juju is taken out by him as he takes just a second to take him out.
That is round 1 to BV.
A very quick win from the Beavers.
Yes.
Okay, Omen. I'll smash in the front door while you sneak in the back. It's a good plan, eh?
Omen is very Reaper coded.
Yes. So
Very similar characters, kind of shadowy, cloaked, kind of rough emo
Sow
type
your
character.
chaos.
Also both with you know, like teleports like that. Interesting. I don't know if we have any other characters in this game that are really like direct mirrors to another, but those two for sure are very similar.
Late trying to escape all the incoming util there, manages to get out.
That Astra smoke is was causing some problems at first.
Why destroyed?
Late takes out Juju's.
Get him.
Bomb Buddy almost getting a kill. Unheard of. We see a lot of people low. We're just going in. Guns
Spike
blazing.
planted. One enemy
Grenade
remaining.
kill? That's crazy.
Wow.
I have never seen Raze utilities doing that much damage. I don't think ever.
I mean, they were used really well.
They
and
were
I
used
think,
fantastically.
I think we figured out that there were people on that corner stuck there, and that being that low, they either
Yeah,
peek
being
out or
that low,
die to
that
your
was-
util.
yeah. Some really good
That was
plays
a
from
very
Tony the
quick
Tiger.
round.
I made the comment before about a lot of Valorant utility kind of being kind of useless.
Not nearly as useful as, comparable to Overwatch, I suppose.
Yeah, because a lot of abilities can be canceled if you just if you look away or if you just shoot whatever it is that's coming at you.
Yeah.
You can kind of like instantly nullify whatever that is. So whenever those whenever those do actually land, it is a little bit more impressive.
Not going.
I like the little noises it makes.
I do too. Oh shoot. We do see Craig going down there first.
I don't think he was prepared for a firefight yet. Late is we throw in a flash. We back up from the Claymore Roomba and the little spider drone that's coming at us. Looks like Tony the Tiger gets
Spike
one.
down mid.
Juju's kind of cleaning up the rest of the Beavers.
Not sure if we're gonna see one or
Last
not.
player
Yep.
standing.
The answer is no.
And unfortunately, this might be a round.
I'm gonna say that's gonna go. Yep, that's gonna go to the Cougars.
I should probably place some stars in the astral plane. I should. Oh.
Astro doing Astro things. Throwing down the smokes and things. It's so cute. I love that little guy so much.
Very cute. I like the little tip tappy noise.
Yes. I was just saying that. I love the noise.
He
the
reminds
legs
me
make.
a lot of what's his buddy? Geckos.
Yeah. Kind of like Wingman.
It's a very similar noise. The little little feet.
All missiles away.
See what? Wow.
Lil Palm's taking two, Late taking one.
Hey.
Bill Watts, T-Star, and Bucky all going down on that corner, and
Lil
there
Palm's
is Juju.
taking a third. Just Typhon, who takes out Tony the Tiger. Greg coming up to the zip line. Typhon is smoked off, goes to push, and is taken out by Late. I believe that was his 4th kill. Another good round from the Beavers. Doing very well in this defense so far.
Yep, definitely bringing it back a lot compared to the first round.
Let's keep that energy and see if we can make it a quick win. Maybe, hopefully. We'll see. Unfortunately, Tony the Tiger loses the long-range firefight there. Didn't even really get much damage on Bucky. Maybe about 10 or 15, if I had to guess. Yeah, about 25. See Typhon getting Lil Palms. Late does eventually getting Typhon.
Here.
Craig takes Billowatts.
Cover going out.
We brought it up to an even 3v3 as Phalos takes out Bucky, bringing it to 3v2. Craig is blinded, taken out by Juju's. Back to 2v2. Late is in a good position on this high ground here. Playing it smart.
There we go.
And we do manage to
One
get that
enemy
kill.
remaining.
Again, very smart play from Late to kind of rotate around there. Very silently also. It is just T-Star left from the Cougars.
Oh, we have to get in there.
As Late comes in, takes out T-Star, that is going to leave us with plenty of time to get that spike defused. Brings us now to 4-1.
They don't get to surrender. Keep swinging.
And if we can just keep this momentum up, it'll put us in a really good spot come the swap.
Yes, I agree. I think it's smart to try to take possible. The first go here. Second round.
No, I think actually it's gonna be smarter to lose as many rounds as possible. Actually,
Well, you never know. Everybody's strat is different.
new Valorant strat just dropped.
Lose as much.
Wow,
As
Tony the Tiger with a quick 2K.
oh, we're looking for it.
I'm really surprised I didn't get anyone.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna get I don't know who it was that was low on.
At least that Teo gets 3, gets 4,
Wow.
and late steals the ace from him.
Just cleaned it up.
Tony the Tiger not messing around. Again, look at his HP. He was 16.
That's just how it works, man. I think it's special ability. I don't
This
know.
man is a critical HP demon.
Yeah. Plays at his best when he's at his HP, I guess.
He's at his highest when he's at his lowest, apparently.
I need to blow something up.
Well, you had a chance to blow up some cougars in the last one, but you didn't decide to do that. You missed your rocket launcher. Missed the thing that blows up.
I was honestly surprised by that. There was
There was so many people there. And yeah, the tail was, you know, probably around 10, 15 HP, and I was really surprised I didn't get any kills. We're going to see the enemy rays dropping one. Goes for a focus on the other rays. Phaelus gets the avenge, though. We'll see an Astra ultimate going out.
Blinding.
Lil Palm's blinded here. Does manage to get one, though. And there's a lot of stuff going around right now. That is 1, 2, 3, 4 ultimates that have been used. Greg gets Juju's. Billowatts takes out Lil Palms as he goes up the rope there. Leighton Craig finishing off Billowatts and Typhon, making now 6-1.
Look for my shadows. They will
As I said, a lot of utility and ultimates especially being used in that last round.
Yes.
I mean, we saw all sorts of stuns, blinds, everything.
A lot went. Are we look? Ooh, little awkward on credits.
A little bit.
50.
0. That man's broke.
Yeah, this is gonna be definitely a little bit tougher the more rounds we.
Speak in the front of your mic, goofball.
Can't. Back hurt.
Do the best you can. We want to be able to hear you.
Nobody needs to hear me.
It'll sound weird if I'm just talking to myself the whole time.
No. I never existed in the first place.
You're a figment of my imagination.
Very true.
I
Everybody
couldn't
else
imagine
on
anyone
stream
better.
too.
We like to banter and joke here.
now.
Late takes out Bucky, finally returning it to 4 and 4. Craig
There
gets
we
2.
go.
Wow.
Down B.
Finally finds some
One
kills.
enemy
Late taking out
remaining.
Billowatts, who I thought was
Now,
for sure gonna
there-
get Craig.
Was there or was there not someone sneaking off to his left there?
No, there was, and then late took care of it.
Oh, okay.
Late was hiding on the side.
Late does go down. There we see.
Juju's also getting low palms. Kind of surprised there. Nice shot. Nice shot. It is just Juju's in a 1v2 against Craig and Phaelus. Craig should be easy pickings, but I don't know about Phaelus.
30 seconds left.
Really afraid to peek through that smoke there.
remaining.
Phaelus does go down. This is gonna depend on Craig here. Yeah, and
I go through anyone.
Craig does go down there, giving the round to the Cougar.
I've been on his case for a lot of the night.
We do see a timeout coming from Typhon. No surprise there, as we are at 6-2 right now.
They did just take one round, so maybe they're gonna try and talk about what they did well
right.
there.
Yeah.
I don't know if they really did anything well there. I think kind of just luck was in their favor, especially Typhon was just getting really lucky with those shots.
Yeah.
I don't know what gun that was, but it was.
Well, and they
working
were
out really
kind of
well for them.
dancing around that point a little bit too. Positioning was a little bit awkward there.
We see Aaron Plume. Aaron.
Your name is only Aaron now.
Yeah.
Specifically because Nico can't pronounce your last name.
Yes, I believe that's a retired Beaver, if I remember correctly. But yeah, not the steal on the ace. I know. I think he could have had it. I mean, he just had to finish his reload. I think he had it for sure. Unfortunate. He aced earlier though, so.
2 aces and 1. Simply 2.
Yeah, well, it wasn't in the same game. It would have been the same night, but still. Well,
No, he already aced once this game.
Not this map.
Well, yeah.
Game map, yeah. The terminology gets confusing.
Hit them fast, hit them hard.
Game and round, I would say. Not this round, but same game.
Well, round is like a, you know,
Oh yeah.
little like 2-minute thing.
What the hell?
I know. It's really hard to get the words right. That's why I usually say map.
Yeah, you have to be very specific about it.
Once again, seeing a lot of things being used to disrupt the Beavers.
Oh, we do see Craig go down to Bucky there.
He did put Bucky pretty low at least.
Go ahead. Stand your ground.
We do see the Cougars doing a heavy push onto A here. Looking for a kill with that bomb, buddy.
Spike planted.
Spike goes down.
Got to not go where I thought it would. Beavers are in
Lil
some bad
Palms.
spots.
Lil Palm's getting billowatts here.
See if Phyllis can. She saw the gun.
You gotta, yeah.
Goes
there
for
we
it and
go.
does manage to get that. Let's see if the other Beavers can get the push. Tony Tiger gets one,
There
gets
we go.
two.
Gonna peek through that smoke bit, throw a grenade, see if we can get anything with it.
Grenade and little Teo trackers to take out T-Star. Phyllis coming to clean that up.
Yep, and it looks like we are gonna have plenty of time to do. And that is 7 and 2. Going into round 10 here. See how we're doing on. Wow. Not well. Cougars. Again, we have another player at 0 and one at only 100 and then 1 to 2,000. Roughly. That's before the bye.
This is Richard Nixon's economy. That's not who I meant. I meant Ronald Reagan.
Richard Nixon.
Locating
Not
target.
the same people.
Cover going out.
Again, we see the Cougars all grouped up on one spot. But the Beavers spread pretty heavy across. Like we're circling back to group up a little bit here.
I'm liking where Leighton and Tony the Tiger are holding.
Yeah.
Good spot up on that high. I said that through a yawn. Sorry. They're not really pushing in. It looks like we're gonna have some splitting off to go kind of mid.
Like we're being a little bit passive.
Tony the Tiger's holding that angle, waiting for them to maybe come across.
Peek it.
Backing off that.
Peek it.
Knows that they're there. He's gonna throw a grenade at him. Doesn't land where he wants it to. A really good satchel usage to get him out of there.
Yep, but unfortunately that blind is gonna, be a pain. But we do take 2 there. We take another one.
Bayless and
There we
Late
go.
doing numbers. Late with
Cleaning it
now
up.
2 and 3 to finish
There
off
it
that
is.
round, putting it to 8 and 2. Aaron is a retired Beaver. I was correct.
Retired Beaver. Do Beavers ever retire of building the dam? Protecting the lake, as we say.
Defending the lake, I believe, is the wording that we usually use. Get your Beaver terminology
I
right.
go here. I get to say what it is. You probably are. Ancient, that is.
Ancient, yeah. This man is a relic.
Require destroyed.
Such is life.
We see Lil Palm's getting Typhon here.
With the little missile thing.
On cooldown.
Seeing a lot of chat activity from the YouTube right now. Good time to plug that. BVU Esports over on there. Where we also are now uploading all of our stream VODs. So if you missed a stream, you can go watch it over there and you'll be able to find it in its full 1 to 4 hour glory.
Flash out.
Lil Pumps takes out a T-Star.
Unfortunately, Bucky does get late there.
We're still 2-2 so far.
Fire in the hole!
Ray's rocket launcher does manage to get Craig. See, a lot of people have fallen, but that Astra's looking
30
pretty
seconds
low.
left.
And
We do
the
have
breach
Phaelus as
also does
our-
have a little bit of damage.
Last woman standing.
Spike planted.
I think it's winnable. It's gonna be hard.
It is definitely winnable. But we've actually seen this game multiple plays exactly like this, where we've got one really low and one like pretty high, and Phaelus has finished it off more than a few times at this. I think she can pull it off. She's just got to be careful about it, and that timing is going to be difficult with where we are with Spike here.
Ooh, and unfortunately, just teleported
Bad
in the wrong
teleport
spot.
in. Yep. That is okay. We are left at 8-3 here.
Last round before the switch.
We
Now
are
it's
a little bit
time-
more evened out now.
Yep. Now it's the time to grab our full buys, use all the ultimates, just dump them on this last round. BVU currently 8-3. Let's see if we can get it to 9-3. Same with the last round, I believe. We ended at 9-3. So let's see if we can keep that trend going, or if we're going to continue at 8-4. Either way, I think we'll be in a pretty good spot. Elizabeth also in the YouTube chat asking how everyone's doing. Glad to see some positivity, some conversation. A little hard to converse between the casters and the commenters because of the 3-minute delay.
Grenade is live.
Personally, I've been better. As I've mentioned a couple times, I'm a little bit sickly. As I said, we have a lot of ult dumps going out here. Looks like BBU's on top, though, with Tony the Tiger in late. Canada just cleaning house.
One enemy remaining.
Bucky takes 2, but it's not enough, as it's just Juju's left. Pushes and taken out by Phaelus.
Does not look to the side there.
Brings us to 9-3. This is going to be a really, really good spot for BBU to be in.
Yes,
Switching
absolutely.
sides.
They think they're better than us. I can tell.
How are you doing, Kenzie?
I'm alright.
Glad
Well,
to hear
it's not a 4-hour-long match, so I'm
That
enjoying myself.
that is definitely an upside.
Absolutely.
R6 team 2021. I was still in high school.
I hate to break it to you, brother. You might be a little old.
I think you might have reached what they're calling unk status now. Or 22, can't remember. See,
If you
he's
can't
so
remember
old, his
when
memory
you
is failing
graduated
him.
college.
I can't believe they're letting you have YouTube in the retirement home.
Although I do believe Nico and I are getting to that age where we are the elders.
Gonna be a junior next year, so
I am already a junior.
you're like a special circumstances junior, though. You graduated early. Tony
Yeah.
Tiger getting the cipher through the kind of not blind, but distortion, whatever that is. With him at 22, that means he's onto his second phase. Maybe not. He's struggling on Typhon. There we go. Now he finds
going
it.
for the plant. Bucky
BBU
does
wins
get
against
Craig.
Clark every time. Have we played against Clark in like an important match before? Bucky does
Speaking
get
of
up
old and
late.
senile people.
Yeah, speaking of unk status, our very own Danks,
Also a retired beaver.
also a retired Beaver.
Last player standing.
Ooh, Bucky does push in and does manage to take out Lil Palms, Billowatts getting Tony the Tiger, and that's going to give them enough to get the defuse. Unfortunately, we weren't able to hold that.
Defend this place, so. We defend this reality.
9-4 here. We just gotta finish it out. 4 more rounds.
It's doable.
Doable for sure. We've got a little bit of time here. I got a little bit of leeway.
Yeah, I mean, five rounds up. That's a pretty safe spot to be in.
Yep.
We'll see if this map is one of the ones that's more heavily weighted towards one side specifically, but Either way, if BBU can just manage to, you know, find those rounds, they've got enough of an up that it's not going to be too crazy for them. No one quite engaging yet. Now we are. Blind on Typhon, taking him out.
Sending out the bomb, buddy.
Unfortunately, Phalis goes down to Bucky.
Leaving us at 4-4 here.
T-Star taken out by Tony the Tiger. Trading it again, trading it again.
The favor again. 3 and 2 here. Got the spike down.
Looking good. Layton, a really good spot to stick out 2 and win the round for BBU.
I'm here to make money, not spend it.
Very good. 10 and 4. 3 more rounds until the win.
Elizabeth wishing me well. Oh, hopefully you feel better. I hope so too. Thank you for that. And thanks. Tony the Tiger remains the GOAT. That is true. This man has been going off all night. He had 1 ace previously. I believe that was on Split, I believe is what that was. No, this Split. Fracture.
He is very much a top player, but I gotta represent. I'm just saying, Phalis is pulling through with those clutches.
Phalis did have some pretty clutch plays, especially the one where she clutched like a 1v3 to win the round.
You know when the casters peak the mic. Craig,
what are you doing?
What's wrong with you, brother?
Has he played Valorant before? I'm clipping that. He's getting put on blast.
Oh boy. You know it's bad when we clip a bad play.
Late does find the kill on Billowatts. Puts us to 3 and 2.
1 enemy remaining.
It was taking T-Star, puts it to 2 and 1, and we finish it off through the blind with Juju's, putting us to 11 and 4.
A chat from Craig. He says, "I'm speechless."
Brother,
You
I'm
should
speechless.
be.
What was that?
Aren't we all, brother?
Aaron in our chat still trying desperately to defend his honor.
Yeah.
Jackson pulling out 2 different accounts, one for Twitch, one for YouTube. That's what I like to see.
But we like to
Get those engagement numbers up. He's got his dual screen action going on. He can watch Craig whiff a full bag
Here.
twice at the same time. Raze pops in, sends a rocket launcher into Phalis' face.
Toads.
The toads?
The toad statue.
Oh yeah, they are
My favorite things on this
white,
map.
quite neat looking.
Just narrowly avoiding that.
Got those little tail bombs. Tony the Tiger gets caught in his reload.
Drone going out.
How many accounts do you have?
One suppressed.
Yes, he has 3 accounts. Get those engagement numbers up.
Get those views up.
That's what I like to see.
30 seconds left. Last player standing.
Target down.
We see kills going out like crazy here, but
Unfortunate.
unfortunately BBU was not on the upper hand there.
One second, peeps. I gotta visit the Astral to play some stars. That'll work. About there.
Yes, keep arguing in the chat. Keep getting more and more engagement for us. As we go into round 17, I can do math. 11 and 5. Like I said, we're in a really good spot here. We only have to get 2 more rounds, which shouldn't be too difficult to do, especially considering that the other team is only at 5 right now. We definitely don't want to surrender any rounds that we don't need to, so we like to try and get these rounds sooner rather than later. Late being very smart to drop off that engagement there. Not trying to push that. Tony the Tiger gets T-Star. Pulls out the rocket launcher. Just send it through that high. Just as Juju's walks into it. Well timed there. A lot of kills being traded out. Puts us to 3 and 2.
Lil Palm's protecting as Bayless goes for that.
Yep, very good teamwork there.
We are 3 and 2 with an advantage as their Teo is very low here.
20.
Like
24.
Bayless is gonna push through this smoke.
Teo just getting blinded after blind.
Last player standing.
And Phaelus and Late each take their kills at roughly the same time, bringing it to 12 and 5, match point.
Match point.
That's what I'm saying.
Did you see the blind go out here? Looks like they're not gonna quite lose anybody to it.
All missiles away.
Tony the Tiger getting Typhon with I don't know what.
Does
Gets
get
Juju's as well.
there too. Bomb buddy going out here.
Billowatts does take out Craig.
We're looking for it. We know they're there.
Ooh,
There it
and a
is.
nice kill right there.
Bucky does get late here, leaving us at 3
One
and 2.
enemy remaining.
Bayless getting Bucky, leaving us at 3 and 1. Spike goes down.
And that
There
is
it
going to be the
is.
night for the Beavers. Fantastic. I really wish Valorant had like a replay system, but like a highlight, but unfortunately they don't, and I don't even think that their normal replay system is working, or if it is janky. So unfortunately, we probably won't be getting that anytime soon. But anyways, that is going to be the night, and that means Beavers have won nationals from what I've seen about what this round is. I don't know what that means, but I assume it's good because that was after finals.
Means
So,
congratulations are in order.
means congratulations are indeed in order. Yeah, we're going to bring it to our faces for just a second if you want to get a little bit more in frame here. She's been avoiding me because I'm sick.
I do not want to get sick. I do not enjoy being sick.
It's us. Hello. Yeah, I mean, we've seen some fantastic plays from the Beavers for the last, several games that they've played. We'll say that. But yeah, I mean, we saw it in semifinals. It was a bit of a struggle. I think in semifinals was like the kind of the biggest fight. And then finals, I mean, I believe that was like the 5-round
Yes.
one that we were here for like 4 hours. Yes, I mean that one. I mean, both of those times, I believe I heard that they were severely outmatched, and it was going to be a quick
tough
night.
game.
A quick night, a tough game,
Yep.
whatever, because of how fast they were going to lose. But
Lies.
lies. I mean, we've seen some fantastic things out of these players.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, Tony the Tiger, he got an ace tonight. He's been getting aces all season. He's racked up a couple. Phaelus, as always, coming in where we need her. Getting those tough rounds where she's in, a bad spot, quite frankly, but turns it around and yeah, doing some very good work there. And then, as always, we see Lil Palms and Late also, playing some very strong support roles. I believe Late also quite frequently taking top frag, so
Yeah.
good plays there. And then Craig, as always, being our bottom frag warrior. Someone's got to be first death, and Craig takes up the reins. So, anyways, yeah, enough of my yapping. Congratulations to these players. It's been an honor to be here and to cast for these guys. So, Yeah, hold on. Let me check this real quick.
I do believe our schedule this week, we do have our final Overwatch match.
Yes,
We did make it
Overwatch
to
finals.
finals. So please do join us on Thursday for our final Overwatch match, and we will see how that goes.
Yeah, you'll see me and Kenzie both playing in that. So I hope to see you there. You'll see more of Noah and Jacob. No, Jacob couldn't make it. So you'll be seeing more of Noah and possibly a P-Man from what I've heard. So yeah, you'll be seeing a little bit of the Overwatch White team casting for Navy, and we hope to see you there. Again, congratulations to Valorant, and that is one more season done, and a fantastic season for them.
Good way to wrap it up.
A fantastic way to wrap it up. And then, as we were saying, come out Thursday and see the end of one more season. Hopefully a win, but either way, I think it's going to be pretty good.